Hi, everybody. It's me, Angel Benton. It's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. And I need to change. I need to move. So, the way this bed is shaped, it makes me look fat. Er. Okay. So here's the thing. So this is my first recap for the Real Housewives of Potomac. So, first of all, I want to shout out to my friend Woody Woodbeck, who is he works on the show. I don't know what he does. He might be a producer or a grip. I don't know. He works on the show and he live tweets it, and he does a really good job live tweeting it. So, follow at Hollywoody on Twitter to follow his live tweets of Potomac because he does a really good job with that. So, I want to shout out to my friend Woody Woodbeck for that. Okay? All right. So, first of all, I have to say, I this is like really stressful. Work is really stressful. I didn't get any sleep last night. I was working this morning. I was working last night, and I was very frustrated. It was a little much. It was a little much, but you know, I'm awake another day, and this lighting is really harsh, though, isn't it? Like you can see, well, I'm not young. I'm no spring chicken. So, okay. So, anyways, whatever. It is what it is, and we'll find out tonight. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's move on. I just had a rough night last night because of work. That's all. I am in Livermore, California. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just for tonight, and then tomorrow I go back home to Las Vegas. But it is exciting. Okay, so the Housewives of Potomac. So this is my first recap of the show since it started. So this is everything up to this point, right? Okay, so first thing they were like, well, they were all upset because they had a game night and there was drama. And they were like, don't they know this is some game night? This isn't supposed to be drama. Okay, first of all, have you not been watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? They have a game night. I'm not joking you, every single year. And I'm not joking you, every single year they have drama. So I don't know where Potomac is thinking, well, this isn't supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to be a game night. Girl, you haven't been paying attention. That's what I have to say about that. Second of all, there, you know how like there are certain people that I'm just obsessed with. I love them, and because honestly, I get that. I shared that in common with Michael K, who writes Delisted. So, Michael K, if you are watching, I have a nomination I would like to nominate for Hot Slut of the Day or Hot Slut of the Month or whatever. And she is the fierce bitch that runs Top Golf, because she is fierce. She's a fierce little old lady, and I love her, and she is phenomenal. I would rather watch a show about her than the Potomac Housewives. I think she's incredible. She is amazing, outstanding. I love her. I'm very excited. So I just wanted to say I hope she wins Hot Slut of the Year. She's great. I don't know anything. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her, but I just know she's fabulous. That reminds me. One time I went to Disneyland. And this was the last time I went to Disneyland. There was a chick. So I was watching the Sensational Parade. I only knew like maybe 3 people that were in the parade. But there was this one girl. She was full out. She was 150% on that parade route. And because I understand that a lot of people, have to pace themselves and they have to, do certain things. But I mean, town square, you shouldn't really be pacing yourself. She was not. She was giving me full out 100%. So much so, and this is the first time I have ever done this in the 24 years that I've been working at Disney. Well, no, I haven't been working there, but since I started working at Disney 24 years ago, this is the first time I've ever went to City Hall and I gave her a compliment. I'm like, I had to research and find out her name, but I found out her name. I was like, she's a performer in the parade. They're like, oh, a performer? I'm like, yeah. And she was phenomenal. And let me tell you something. I know that the performers don't get good compliments here at City Hall that often, but I love her and I thought she was great. So shout out to you, girl, from Three Caballeros unit. Okay. So I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know if she's okay with that. So we're just gonna say she knows who she is. You did great. Phenomenal. Good job. All right. So, okay, I meant to tell you about the Fab Four. So, before we get back into Potomac, so Sunday night, I went to this Beatles revival at the Orleans. Now, first of all, what surprised me first was that they were all pretty short, except for Ringo. Ringo was very tall, but the other three were a little bit short. Um, Paul sounded exactly like Paul McCartney, and John sounded like John too, and he actually kind of looked like John as well. Paul didn't look so much like Paul. He actually looked a little more like Ringo, but he sounded just like Paul. So they did a really great job, and they even had an Ed Sullivan impersonator who was hosting the show. It's a really big shoe. Um, it's unfortunate that there isn't anyone like Ed Sullivan or what he does. I know that you'd be like, oh, there's Jimmy Fallon and Conan, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Ed Sullivan was fierce. So the show was actually great. They had a lot of hits. I mean, I'm not really a huge Beatles fan. I'm gonna be the first one to say I'm not that big of a Beatles fan. However, having said that, you cannot deny that they had a lot of hits. I mean, no one's denying that them and Elvis Presley are really responsible for pop music today. Really. Um, so kudos to them, and of course all of the R&B people that they were copying. Let's be real. That's why they just took it mainstream. But the R&B people have been doing it forever. So kudos to all of those R&B forefathers as well. Okay, so moving on. They did really well. They didn't do every single hit, but they did a lot of hits, and it was a great show. And towards the end, my friend Juliet, I went with my friend Juliet, my Asian friend I was just telling you about, who reminds me of Juliet from Young and the Restless, because every time I hear about Juliet, I always think of my Juliet. We met at a bar first, and we watched my friend the masseuse sing. She was awesome. And then after that, we saw the show, and she kind of wanted to leave towards before the last number because she's like, it's too crowded when we get out of here too. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So we left. But next week we're seeing an ABBA revival, and you know me and ABBA, we do not fuck around. So I told her, I was like, if you want to leave early, you can, but I just know I'm not going nowhere until this shit's over next week. She's like, okay, that's fine. So it was good. It was really cool. Okay, back to Potomac. Okay, so there's a lot going on. I don't know what's going on with Karen Huger. You know, she's clashing with a lot of the ladies. She did bring Giselle and Monique back together, but I'm not quite sure what is up with her because she's I don't want to say hypocrite like Robin did, but she is kind of talking out of both sides of her mouth. So it's kind of strange. Like, because on one hand she said, "Oh, this Bermuda trip is all about sisterhood," but then she's like, "But I need to borrow you two on Charisse's day." There's a whole bunch of confusion over who's hosting this event. Is it Karen? Is it Karen and Charisse? Karen's like, no, it is just me. Charisse was just helping me plan. Charisse is like, fuck you. She is pissed. Charisse is pissed at Karen. First of all, I have to say, I really enjoy watching Charisse this season. I wasn't that big of her on her last season. She wasn't that likable. But this season, she's very likable. I like her. She might be one of my favorites. And she might actually be my favorite, actually, this season. And then last season, it was the opposite. I loved Giselle. I loved Giselle. And then this season, it's like she's not that likable either, the way that she's treated Monique. So, but we've seen that sort of, kind of, them get through that. So, kudos to you two ladies as well. Ashley's having issues with her husband. Oh my God, they have had some fights, and they just got married like not that long ago. So, okay. Um, Monique is great. I love Monique. I think she's great. Um, and Robin. I see heartache on the horizon for Robin. I'm not joking. I don't think this is gonna end well. Let's see, who else? Is that it? Is that all six of them? Karen Huger, Robin, Giselle, Charisse, Ashley, and Monique. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So, anyways, so that's the Real Housewives of Potomac. I know I didn't talk too much about them, but I did want to say that I love that Top Golf lady. Whoever she is the best. So thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag RHOP or Real Housewife Shit to talk the Real Housewives of Potomac with me. Or you can hashtag Bold and the Beautiful. Today they had Comey speaking. I didn't know about this, so I don't know if this was scheduled ahead of time or not. So I'm not quite sure if they didn't air Bold and the Beautiful out here on the West Coast because it was right in the middle of Comey's speech. So if they don't have Bold and the Beautiful by tomorrow, I've already watched all the episodes up until then because I'm on top of shit, right? So if they don't air the episode from yesterday on CBS.com, then, or if they have completely preempted it yesterday, then I'll do my Sudsy Recap for just up until Monday. But usually I like to include Tuesday's episode, but ooh, it's so good. So you can do Bold and Beautiful to talk Bold and Beautiful with me as well. And please feel free to hit that YouTube subscribe channel on your YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. I'm off to go. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work I go. Have a great day. Wubba, wubba, wubba.